Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? We just had UFC 307, Alex Pereria versus Rountree Jr. wrap up last night, October the 5th. We're going to be going through the entire card, giving you my entire breakdown for every single fight that happened on the card, starting with the prelims, ending with the main event. Let's get right into it. I was a little bit upset last night, so I didn't do the breakdown, but now we're here, feeling a little bit better. And let's go. First fight on the prelims, we had Court McGee versus Tim Means. These boys were swinging heavy to start the fight. Court McGee does end up mixing it up, getting the takedown, getting his back, and choking out, well, not really choking out, getting a neck crank on Tim Means. It was not underneath the neck. And it was a really good win for Court McGee. We didn't really get to see the stamina portion of the Utah elevation, but you know, it is what it is. I thought Court McGee was going to be able to outpace Tim Means the entire fight. I thought he was going to be able to mix up the takedowns, be able to hold them. I thought this fight was definitely going over 2.5 rounds. And Court McGee proved me wrong. He gets his first submission win, his first finish win since 2010. I'm incredibly excited for him. Tim Means probably should hang up the gloves. He is 41 years of age for his next fight at this point. He is almost 41. And Court McGee, still looking impressive. Still looks like he can be a little bit of a gatekeeper. I don't think he's going to be beating anyone like super high up. The Jeremiah Wells loss in hindsight's really trash. Alex Morono, you know, like he kind of got bullied by him. If this Court McGee comes out even better next time, I'm going to be a lot more excited. I mean, I saw better striking. It looked like he was landing nice shovel uppercuts. It was really, really beautiful, and he was able to take the back super easy. I mean, Tim Means doesn't exactly have, you know, world-class wrestling defense, and, you know, Court McGee gets it super quick. Really, really impressed, and that leads us to our next fight on the prelims. Tisha Pennington versus Carla Esparza. I thought it was a robbery, but it's close, so I guess it's not a true robbery. I thought Carla Esparza took rounds 1 and 3. At the end of round 3, Carla Esparza almost had Tisha Pennington out. She landed big shots, and Tisha was wobbling as she was walking back to her corner after the round ended. She got her down and was landing incredible ground and pound, smashing Tisha's head off of the canvas. All Tisha did to start the round was land some leg kicks. I thought it wasn't enough to win the round. I thought Carla Esparza won clear. The 30-27 was absolutely fucking atrocious because round 1 in no way was Tisha Pennington. Esparza landed more damage and got on top. You know, it is what it is. They gave it to Tisha Pennington. I don't know, man. I really thought Carla Esparza was going to go out with a bang. This was her retirement fight. I don't know what to say because I really thought she won. I don't know what else I can talk about Tisha Pennington. Like, she was landing very, very nice. Tisha Pennington clearly won round 2. Very, very nice boxing. Landing big shots. Dropped Carla Esparza. Had her really hurt. You know, like, she was landing nice shots, but I just thought Carla Esparza did more in rounds 1 and 3 to win those rounds. Tisha Pennington landed more damage, I think, in the second half of the fight, but, well, that's not true even. Because Carla Esparza, at the last 30 seconds, man, she landed some of the fucking nastiest ground and pound I've ever seen in women's MMA. Wow. It's really unfortunate Carla Esparza has to go out with a loss. She's 19-8. She still lands above, you know, 2-1 on the win-loss, but you know, it would have been really awesome to see her go out with a bang. A lot of people teared up last night watching her retirement videos and stuff. I didn't really get to see it because, you know, I was doing stuff. But I'm proud of her. At least she went out with a bang. I thought she won, so in my heart, she goes out with a bang. Ryan Spann versus Ovince St. Preux next on the prelims. Ryan Spann, again, I had him in round 1. I thought it was going to be really quick. I thought OSP was just getting old. He looked a little bit slow. Exactly what happened. Ryan Spann looks to exploded on OSP, had him really hurt on the feet, and then just jumps for a guillotine, gets it mounted. OSP has a tap. Ryan Spann gets another round 1 submission. Like, he has like 70% of his wins by round 1 submission. He's an absolute fucking world beater. He looked a lot better in this fight, Ryan Spann. Took some nice shots from OSP. OSP wasn't backing down. He was landing nice left hands. Again, the power shot of OSP. It was really interesting to see how Ryan Spann took his time because it was exactly what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to take his time, wait till OSP does some, like, a weak boxing combination, then just blitz on him. That's what he did. He had him really hurt inside the first 60 seconds and then just took care of business. Really impressed. Hopefully Ryan Spann's able to continue this momentum. OSP, man, like, he needs to hang up the gloves. I think I'm, like, you know, he could go to boxing, I think. Start taking a little bit of Mexican supplements and doing something that he loves, but I don't think MMA is where it's at anymore for OSP. I think he's getting into 42 years of age. It's like it's going to start going downhill really, really fast, and especially at 205, these guys can usually last a little bit longer, but I don't know, man. OSP is looking like he's really starting to slow down. Brian Spann gets a nice submission victory after taking some L's, 3 in a row. Yeah. It is what it is, but Ryan Spann gets out of that L train. We have next on the prelim, Cesar Almeida versus Ihor Potieria, one of the most disgraceful things I've ever seen in my fucking life. That ref needs to be fired. I don't know what his name is. He looks ugly as shit with that gray and black hair, and salt and pepper. He needs to get out of the UFC. I hope Dana fired him. I didn't listen to the post-fight press conference, whatever bullshit. Cesar Almeida should have been deducted at least 2 points. I had Cesar Almeida by knockout. He looked like shit. Ihor Potieria got eye poked, I think, 4 times. He got nut tapped twice. Every single time Potieria got a nice position against the fence in rounds 2 and 3. The ref yells at him, "Come on, let's work!" Like it's a fucking boxing match. In one position, he literally had him for like 5 seconds, and he's like, "Up, let's go!" It's like, what? It makes no sense. He's about to trip him. He's like, "No, let's go! Get up, boys! Let's go!" I was getting really pissed. I was kind of getting, like, I wanted to fucking bash my head through this computer screen because I couldn't believe what I was watching. That ref, I hope, is gone. Ihor Potieria should have arguably won. I mean, every single judge gave it 29-28, but 2 points, I mean, should have been Ihor Potieria, just saying. I mean, whatever, man. Or I guess it would have been Cesar Almeida anyway, because it would have been 9-9 and then 9-9 and then 10-9. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Cesar Almeida gets a bullshit win. He looked like shit. 36 years of age. Couldn't take out a fucking dude who's been finished in the first round multiple times. And even in the second round. Ihor Potieria genuinely should have been finished here. He took some fantastic shots from Cesar Almeida. I just thought Almeida was going to set up the head kicks a little bit better. Did not happen. But he gets it done inside cheating fashion. It is what it is. Bullshit win. Whatever. Alexander Hernandez versus Austin Hubbard. Hernandez outpaced Hubbard. I don't know how the fuck anyone gave 30-27 to Hubbard. That is disgraceful. I don't know. That judge needs to be fired. You know what? We're going to find out right now. Alexander Hernandez, again, a fantastic win. Outpaces a guy who was not backing down. I thought Austin Hubbard might have won 1 round. I thought Hernandez won it comfortably, 29-28 though. I just don't see how you give it 30-27 to Hubbard. I don't see how you give 2 rounds to Hubbard at all. Alexander Hernandez landing incredible boxing. Had his nose a little bit busted up. Ate a head kick. But still, comes out on top. He looked fantastic in that first round. Got pieced up a little bit in the second round. And then the third round was close. I thought Hernandez won rounds 1 and 2. Let's see who it was. Chris Lee gave Austin Hubbard all 3 rounds. Chris Lee needs to be fired. Chris Lee is a dog shit ref. He does this shit all the fucking time. I don't know why the fuck he's still in the UFC. They're giving these people stupid decisions that they do not deserve. But I thought Hernandez could have won 30-27. Honestly. Rounds 1 and 2 looked comfortable for me. I don't know, man. I thought Hernandez was outpacing him super well. I thought he was landing the more damaging shots. I thought he was out, like, even in the strike differential, like, he was out landing him. Hubbard started to close the gap inside the third round when he was piecing up Alexander Hernandez, but I don't know, man. It's really fucking weird. I don't know how any ref would give this to Austin Hubbard. I know I keep saying it and I keep repeating it like a broken clock, but seriously, it really baffles me because these judges and these refs are fucking terrible tonight. I can't believe what I watched in Salt Lake City. Hopefully they never come back because this is just fucking sad. Austin Hubbard trains at Elevation, and he ends up getting outpaced by a man who's been beaten by fucking way lesser guys. Damon Jackson, who's old as shit. Bill Algeo, oh my god. Billy Quarantillo, oh my god. Like, dude, come on, man. Hopefully the grade 8 gets out of his fucking little schmuck that he's in, and he starts getting on pace to a top 25 spot inside the lightweight division, but you know, Usually whenever we see Alexander Hernandez get a fantastic win, he has a big fucking downfall right after. And this isn't exactly a fantastic win, but don't count your blessings. Next on the prelims, we have Isman Lucindo versus Marina Rodriguez. I thought Marina Rodriguez won comfortably 29-28. I thought Isman Lucindo winning that was a fucking robbery. I don't know. Maybe I'm not watching the same fights, bro. Maybe we're all watching different fights. All the refs thought Isman Lucindo won. I thought it was close, actually. You know what? I take it back. I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was close. I think it could have been swung 29-28 either way. But I thought Marina Rodriguez landed better shots, man. She was landing super powerful shots. She was landing the bigger damage. And if we're going to go off damage like every fucking ref likes to do in these high-level men's MMA fights, why the fuck are we not doing it in women's MMA? You know? I just don't understand. Again, of course I had bets on Marina Rodriguez. But I'm just saying, like, Isman Lucindo looked good. She looked impressive for a woman at 22 years of age. At 22 years of age, having 22 fights is fucking ridiculous, to be completely honest. I cannot believe that she's put her body through that. Marina Rodriguez falls to 17-5. She's still in the top 15 in the world. It's just really fucking unfortunate, dude, because I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand how right now you can take like a lay and pray over, like, she didn't do anything, man. Fuck, she didn't do anything with the fucking hold. Marina Rodriguez also didn't make an attempt to get up, you know. She didn't make an attempt to explode up and try and get out of these bad positions, but like, I thought the more damage would have won the fight. I'm not going to stop talking about it because I'm just going to keep repeating the same shit. We're going to go next on the prelims. We have Joaquin Buckley versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Oh my god, I actually shed a tear for this. I think if you actually go back and watch the live stream, I shed a tear. I think I was crying. We had Joaquin Buckley, who was down 2-0 arguably. It could have been 1-1, but I thought he was down 2-0. Against Wonderboy Thompson, who was forcing the pressure, who was looking fantastic, who not forcing the pressure, forcing Joaquin to pressure. He was keeping his distance. He was keeping the karate range. He looked like Wonderboy of old in that first round and a half. And then you saw the wrestling start to take a little bit of a toll on Wonderboy. You saw a little bit of a like, just his stance. He looked a little bit too far forward. It looked like he wasn't in his traditional stance anymore. It was really weird. It was like he was starting to slow down. And again, they're at altitude, excuse me. But he looked fantastic inside those first two rounds. Third round comes out. Joaquin Buckley's corner tells him, look, I don't know where it is. You need to finish him. And Buckley's like, okay. And he fucking starches Wonderboy. He hit Wonderboy with a right hand that put Wonderboy in the turtle position. And he was out cold. Like, he was gritting his teeth because he was out cold. Out. Like, I'm reliving it in my head and I cannot believe it. Wonderboy, fantastic first two rounds. Looked really impressive. Had really nice kickboxing. Good strikes to the legs, trying to stop the movement of Joaquin Buckley. Looked like he was affecting him a little bit. The 1-2s down the pipe were really nice. The blitzes for Wonderboy were nice. The head kicks were just barely off the mark. He landed one right on top. It was really nice. Left hook. He dropped Buckley at one point, I believe. He had him really hurt inside the first round, too. Joaquin Buckley just comes out inside the third round, starches Wonderboy Thompson. Unfortunately, I think Wonderboy needs to hang up the gloves. He said he wants to fight till he's 45. He is 41 years of age at 170. He is fighting at welterweight at a weight where these guys are getting stronger and stronger. They're getting bigger and bigger because the weight cuts are getting easier and easier. Wonderboy is is my favorite fighter of all time. I love him. I think he needs to stop. I think winning 2 rounds and then getting starched like that means you're slowing down, because the old Wonderboy would have never let that happen. He would have been backing up the whole time. He stopped backing up properly, like he usually does in all of his fights. If you go back and watch any of his other fights, his movement is always perfect. He's always getting out of range. He did not get out of range of Buckley. He did not. And usually he throws strikes. I don't think he threw a strike when he backed up against Buckley inside that last sequence. So I think he's slowing down a little bit. I think inside that last round and a half, it looked a little bit rough. And I think Wonderboy needs to take some time off or get out of there because that's a bad knockout. That is fucking bad knockout. We're going to go into the main card. Hopefully, if you guys enjoy, drop a like. And if you guys aren't yet, subscribe. I know I'm a little bit down in the dumps doing this fucking... but my favorite fighters are losing, and I know what's coming up. And Wonderboy's loss is terrible. Kayla Harrison versus Ketlen Vieira. Very, very good. Kayla Harrison... lost a round, I thought, to Ketlen Vieira. I thought Ketlen Vieira won that second round. She landed a nasty elbow inside. Biggest damaging strike of the fight. Big welt on the forehead of Kayla Harrison. Opened her up. Ketlen Vieira looked good on the feet, but obviously Kayla Harrison's looking for those takedowns every single time she got a takedown. Ketlen Vieira could not do anything. There is nothing to do when you get taken down by Kayla Harrison. She just gets to mount and beats the fuck out of you. That's exactly what she did. She beat the shit out of Ketlen Vieira in rounds 1 and 3. I thought Ketlen Vieira won round 2. And Kayla Harrison has a minus 1100 favorite. Doesn't get the finish. And I thought that's exactly what was going to happen. I thought it was going to do a fucking decision because Kayla Harrison is not that great at taking girls out, but she's very good at winning fights. She's one of the greatest martial artists of all time, but she's not exactly super fun to watch. She fights at American Top Team, incredible fighters there, credible coaches. I think they need to teach her how to fucking finish, especially when she has pecs for a woman. She does not even have tits. Watch her video where she... squeezes that fucking the grip thing. She literally has giant pecs. It's insane. Ketlen Vieira, dude, she's still a phenomenal fighter. Still inside top 15, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yep. I still think she's fantastic. She lost her number 3 spot to Kayla Harrison, but you know, I don't think she's gonna go down too many ranks. She's probably gonna go down to like 4 or 5. But Ketlen Vieira, dude. You know, she held on strong. She really tried, but, you know, we all knew what was going to happen. We knew Kayla was just going to bully her. But very shocking to see that elbow from Vieira. More or less shocking because that first round was so dominating, and it looked like Vieira had nothing for her. And then she lands a nice strike, and I was like, oh, shit, we have a dogfight. And we did. But Harrison ends up beating the shit out of her on the ground. Fantastic ground and pound and gets it done. Next on the main card, we have Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. Super unfortunate. Kevin Holland, in the last 20 seconds of the fight, is trying to get out of a bad position from Roman Dolidze since he likes to grab back position so well. And Roman had him on the ground, so Kevin was trying to explode up. Kevin Holland breaks his rib and didn't want to call it quits, so had his corner call it quits for him. Roman Dolidze wins inside the first round. Kevin Holland trying to dab him up. Roman Dolidze starts screaming at the crowd. Kevin Holland's like, fuck you, whatever, walks away. Apparently they had a fight inside the back afterwards. Kevin Holland, super fucking unfortunate freak accident. I don't think Roman did anything to cause that rib injury. I'm pretty sure Kevin did it to himself by rolling on it really badly. Roman Dolidze was getting popped by good, clean shots. And was just looking for the takedown. I thought Kevin was going to end up winning the fight. It looked like inside that first round, it looked really good. It looked like Kevin, even though he's not a natural 185er, he looked like he was dealing with the pressure of Roman well. He looked like he was handling the shots well, and he looked like he was swinging back. Kevin was landing some fucking winging shots. He had one combo where he was a left hook, right hook, fucking swinging uppercut. I was like, holy shit, if that fucking lands, man, you're taking that dude out. And Kevin was landing good. Got taken down, unfortunately. Tried to explode, breaks his rib. Gets TKO'd inside the first round. You know, it's unfortunate, but Roman Dolidze will have his fucking turn, I guess, at getting his ass whooped. Hopefully Kevin Holland comes back strong, but he will be out for at least half a year with that fucking rib, I'm sure. Roman Dolidze, I'm sure, is going to fight again super soon because he barely took any damage. He did get popped a couple times. I'm sure he has a light concussion, but nothing too bad that you can't just take a couple weeks off for and enjoy a nice big fat check from Dana. Next on the main card, we have Mario Bautista versus Jose Aldo. I thought Jose Aldo won. I thought this is a brutal robbery. I thought Mario Bautista held him inside that third round and got no points off. I thought Jose Aldo beat the fuck out of him. I thought the bigger strikes were landed by Aldo. I thought Aldo won at least 2 rounds, maybe 3. I cannot believe they took the King's win streak away like this. Fucking pathetic. I think Mario Bautista is one of the worst fucking fighters I've ever seen. At this stage, again, his best win was Ricky Simon, and Even then, he was holding him, and Mario Bautista didn't even take Jose Aldo down. He had perfect takedown defense throughout the entire night. I believe he was 10 for 10 on takedown defense. Mario Bautista didn't do anything with it. He held him, and that won him the fight. Control against the cage should not win you the fight. That is nothing. That does not do anything. If you stand there controlling the whole time while you're getting elbowed in the side of the fucking head, you're not going to live. If you're just holding a dude against a wall and he's elbowing you in the side of the head and you cannot progress further than that point, you are going to lose that fight. You will die in the end. That is how that works. You are not getting out of that position. Mario Bautista should not have won that fight. In no way does controlling against the cage win a round. I don't know what the fuck the refs are smoking tonight. I don't know what the fuck the refs watched. I don't know what the judges watched. I don't know what everyone's seeing tonight, but it's not it. Alright? It's not it. We need some new refs. We need to get the fuck out of Utah. Chris Lee needs to be fired. That ref needs to be fired that fucking judge, or did that Cesar Almeida fight. Pereria got brutally fucked up in that fight. He ate 4 eye pokes. If we're not calling the eye pokes, if we're not calling anything, if we're going to let refs blatantly bet on other fucking fighters, get them the fuck out of the UFC. Like, I don't understand. Or let fighters bet on themselves. If you're going to take away betting privileges, obviously take the refs out and the judges out that are betting against these fighters. They're betting. There's no way they're not betting. There's no way that these judges did not have money on Mario Bautista. There's no way. Jose Aldo won that fight. He was an underdog inside this fight. He was a plus 130 to open. He won that fight. I don't know how anyone gives that fight to Mario Bautista. We're going to move on next on the prelims. It's going to be getting heated. Juliana Pena versus Raquel Pennington. What the fuck? First of all, Pena won 2-3. What was it? 2-3-5. Raquel won 1 and 4. Is that what that is? I think that's what it is. Raquel dropped her in the 4th, I believe. Had her really fucking hurt. Juliana Pena tries her best to get out of that. She does. She looked a little bit wobbly, but she gets on her feet. 5th round comes out. Great strikes. Oh, why am I getting called so many fucking times here? Juliana Pena landing good strikes on the feet. Way better than I thought she was going to do. Inside that 1st round and that 4th round, she started to throw like this again, where she closes her eyes and goes, eh! And every single time she gets punched, she closes her eyes and throws counters. Like, I don't know why she closes her eyes all the time. It's kind of insane that she's not even looking at what she's fucking throwing at. But whatever. Juliana Pena wins a split decision. I thought Raquel probably won. I thought it was end still, to be honest. Fuck, man, it was close. It was really close. That round 5 was a toss-up. But Pena ends up winning. I understand the argument for Pena. That's why I'm not upset at this decision. I guess it's not a fluke. Well, it is. The Nunes fluke was definitely win, but being champ is not a fluke. Pena, I guess, deserves it, man. She ended up winning. I thought Raquel won, but you know, it's close enough that you can't be that mad. Juliana Pena is definitely going to get smoked. After the fight happened, she calls out Amanda Nunes, who's fucking retired. She's like, I know you're not retired, Nunes. You know, I know it. You got to come back. We got to even the score. It's 1-1. We got to even it out. Let's go. Even though Rogan asked her, like, what about Kayla Harrison? She's like, you know, I don't. She didn't even recognize Kayla Harrison. She's like, you know, about that, Amanda Nunes, I know you're not retired. It's like, bro, we asked about Kayla Harrison, who's going to come in and fucking starch you. Kayla Harrison is going to maul the fuck out of Juliana Pena. And if you don't think otherwise, you're high as shit. I mean, that's going to be like one of the biggest favorites as a challenger ever. Juliana Pena is going to get mauled. That's all it is. It's going to be a mauling, and it's going to be absolutely fucking brutal. Oh, that was the co-main. Hopefully I said co-main event of the evening. I don't know if I did, but if you guys haven't yet, hopefully you guys drop a like. And if you guys are not yet, subscribe. I do these every single Thursday for the next week, and I do these recaps on the Sunday. I live stream every single Saturday for the cards, and Mondays sometimes we do a little bit of Contender Series stuff. But we have the main event of the evening. Alex Poatan Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. Alex Pereira knocks out Khalil Rountree Jr. after losing the first 2 rounds and beats the fuck out of Rountree, bro. He looks like he got battered by a club. Meanwhile, Pereira looks fine. Pereira looked like he had a fever on the stool. He looked like he had something wrong. He was coughing up phlegm. You could hear it. He sounded not 100%. He looked really bad inside that first round. He looked slow. But apparently the game plan was let him steam out those first 2 rounds. and then go for the kill, which worked out in his favor. Khalil Rountree Jr. looked really, really fucking optimal inside those first 2 rounds, but it looked like he was scheduled to kill and not scheduled to go the distance. He looked like he trained to end the night early, and when he got inside that 3rd round, he looked like the leg was bothering him a little bit. Pereira was landing nice inside calf kicks, way too quick to check. And Rountree was having a little bit of problem with movement. His eye inside the 4th round was fucking flapping completely. He was pissing blood all down his body. And Poatan ends it with an uppercut. Excuse me. After landing 2 nice, clean left hook, right hook to the body. And Rountree goes down. They have to stop the fight. Rountree, dude, I give him so much respect. He has a heart of a warrior. He's an absolute fucking beast. I hope he comes back better than ever. He deserves it so much. He was crying when he was walking out of the octagon. He's still a fucking man, bro. This guy fought his ass off. I think he gave Poatan one of the hardest fights ever at 205 and one of the hardest fights ever in his career. He forced Poatan to adapt on the fly, and Khalil, dude, I feel bad, man. He took so much punishment. He really tried to end that fight, man. He was landing nice combinations inside those blitzes. A lot of them were missing, though. If you watch the tape back, a lot of them were missing, but he landed a good left hook where it looked like he stunned Pereira for a second. It was nice. But Poatan obviously thinks it through and gets it done inside the 4th round, which is incredible because no one thought this was going over 2.5 rounds. No one thought this was even going 4 rounds. No one thought this was even going to reach the fucking 60 seconds. Everyone thought this was going to go to a war and these guys were just going to chin super early. But usually when you have incredible strikers like this, you tend to see fights go longer. You tend to see fights go the distance more often because they respect each other's power, right? Since they're such strong strikers, both these guys can go out with one punch. You're not seeing super crazy shit. Again, though, incredible fight. Poatan gets it done even while it seems he's sick. Khalil Rountree Jr. has to go back to the drawing board. I think he'll come back better than ever. You can't hate on him for what he did. It was fantastic. But that wraps up UFC 307, guys. Poatan Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the card. And that's all I got for you guys this week. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the next predictions and breakdowns, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.